The fundamental form of modern warfare is integrated joint operations, which places higher demands on the strategic thinking and professional competence of staff officers. To meet the requirements of his position, Lee Kin developed a personal research plan. Whenever he had time, he immersed himself in theoretical works and practical case studies, focusing on complex topics such as joint operational command and the employment of emerging combat capabilities. In recent days, he has taken the latest research topics to frontline units for in-depth field study. Practice remains the ultimate test of any theory. Whether the subjects he studies or the plans he revises are effective depends on whether they meet grassroots needs, whether they are practical for the troops, and whether they can be applied in real operations. In July 2023, Lee Kin transitioned from a frontline leadership role to a joint operations staff officer within the Central Theater Command. Just as he was preparing to demonstrate his abilities in his new role, a mission made him aware of his shortcomings. Previously, at the grassroots level, most of the situations he encountered were within his own service branch and area of expertise. Now, he finds it challenging to develop various plans and schemes in the context of joint operations. In 2025, during preparations for the military parade marking the 80th anniversary of the victory in the War of Resistance against Japanese aggression, Lee Kin will take part in key tasks such as planning and joint training rehearsals, demonstrating his growth as a capable joint operations staff officer. He has consistently taken the lead in training and readiness efforts, driven by the belief that success does not have to be mine, but I must contribute to it. Providing strong support for mastering joint operational command and fulfilling the responsibilities of a dedicated young officer. President Xi has stated that lofty ideals and firm convictions form the political foundation of members of the Communist Party of China and serve as a source of strength for the armed forces. The victory of the Long March was a victory of ideals and convictions, and the strength of the Red Army stemmed from those ideals and convictions. During the arduous Long March, there was a group of little-known listeners of the wind. They did not charge into battle, but through their skill with radio equipment and the invisible transmission of signals, they provided the Red Army with vital communication capabilities. From the early days of limited radio equipment to today's globally connected communication networks, these red radio waves have continued for more than 90 years. In 2024, the Information Support Force emerged as part of ongoing military reforms and modernization efforts. Facing new challenges in the process of transformation, Zhang Bo, an instructor in a unit of the Information Support Force, began a journey to explore historical roots and understand the sources of professional inspiration for modern network information specialists.
连上级同志命令我部于14时前完成机构快捷走廊构建，现命令你连一按展开行动。明白。2连都有，各要素按计划开。
As various types of equipment were deployed in unfamiliar environments, the team needed to establish an invisible information network for the Joint Operations Group in the shortest possible time. From individual terminals to command centers, and from ground links to satellite channels, this seamlessly connected information system designed to provide accurate and efficient support to the joint operations structure. 91 years ago, along the banks of the Chishui River, more than 30,000 Red Army soldiers faced encirclement by a force of 400,000 opposing troops. In an era without satellites, fiber optic cables, or data links, they carried out a highly flexible and mobile strategic campaign known as the Four Crossings of the Chishui River. How did those who came before us accomplish this? When I visited the site where Mao Zedong once directed the Battle of Chingampo, a set of figures left a deep impression on me. Due to a misjudgment of the enemy's situation, the Central Red Army suffered more than 3,000 casualties in a single day, nearly 1/10 of its total strength at the time. In such a critical moment, urgent radio communications became essential to reversing the situation. Over more than 3 months, the 3rd Bureau of the Central Revolutionary Military Commission and the radio units of various corps worked continuously, sending and receiving more than 300 messages between headquarters and frontline units. These messages functioned like vital communication pathways, linking the headquarters, the brain of the revolutionary forces, with the units carrying out operations. This interconnected communication network played a key role in the success of the 4 crossings of the Chishui River. I can summarize this spirit with a line from Major General Duping: radio operators worked tirelessly through the night to transmit crucial military information. Despite significant interference, they continued to relay updates that supported command decisions. Standing at the site of the Battle of Laoshangguan and reflecting on this history, what I see is not only the outcome of a single battle, but also the resourcefulness of those who found opportunities in adversity and created possibilities under extremely difficult conditions. It is difficult to imagine how soldiers advanced under such circumstances 90 years ago. At that time, the mountains on both sides had been burned bare, leaving them exposed as they moved forward. Although it is hard for me to fully picture their experience, I believe that if they could persevere, we can also rise to our challenges today. Our predecessors fought remarkable battles with the most basic equipment. The path ahead may be demanding, but I am taking my first steps to move forward with determination. The information age has given us new responsibilities, supported by advanced equipment and global signal coverage. During this period of transformation, I wondered what challenges we must overcome beyond technical barriers. With this question in mind, I met Mr. Wang Suming, whose father, Wang Xin, was described by Mao Zedong as a key figure in the early development of the Army's radio communications. As we parted, Mr. Wang said something that stayed with me. He explained that for his father's generation, the Long March was a journey that many did not complete, leaving those who survived with a profound sense of responsibility. Now that responsibility has passed to us, and in that sense, the Long March has never truly ended. In the extensive historical records, there are few detailed accounts of the signal operators on the Long March, but one name stood out to me: Zibajan. Before the Long March began, the Central Revolutionary Military Commission had only 1 transmitter and 1 generator, and a reinforced company of 128 soldiers was assigned to protect this equipment. As the Long March progressed and battles continued, the number of soldiers in the company grew, but the number of people able to carry the generator steadily decreased. By the time they reached the grasslands, only 3 members of the reinforced company remained, including Zibajan from Yudu, Jiangxi.